Hey guys, my name is Kimberly Burnside. I'm one of the counselors at East Jackson High School, and I'm going to really quickly run you through a Jackson High School system graduation checklist. I took screenshots off of a much bigger document. To access the full checklist, you can go to our website and then hover over the academics and then click Path to Graduation. And then that will link you to the JCSS website, and you can click the JCSS graduation checklist. So for English, if you have an incoming ninth grader, they're going to take Lit and Comp 1, Honors Lit and Comp 1, and then the next year they'll take Lit and Comp 2 or Honors Lit and Comp 2. 11th grade Lit and Comp 3, AP Lit or dual enrollment, and then 12th grade they'll take Lit and Comp 4, AP Lit or dual enrollment, or AP Lit. They changed the ELA curriculum per the state of Georgia. So if you have a student who is already, if they're already in 10th grade and they have taken 9th grade Lit and 10th grade Lit, next year they'll just move on up into Lit and Comp 3 and then move forward. Math, so there are a lot of different pathways for math. Your students might be on an advanced track where they took algebra during their 8th grade year and now they're taking honors geometry, or they're on the regular track, which is just your algebra, then you take geometry, advanced algebra, and then your fourth math. We have a bunch of fourth math options, and it really is tailored to your student. There's AM/DM and Stat Reasoning, which are both on grade level, AP Pre-Cal, AP Calc. And then, of course, if your student is like a RISE student, they may be in a slightly different math. But the general pathway is algebra, geometry, advanced algebra, and then whatever comes after. As long as your student has those 3 courses, however they took them, whether they started in 8th grade or they doubled up their freshman year, as long as they have those 3 plus another one, they are good to go. Science is kind of complicated just because there are a lot of options. The easiest way to explain it is actually right there under where it says science in the 4 units to graduate. Every student will take biology. They will also take either physical science or physics. And then they will take some kind of earth science, like environmental science, chemistry, or earth systems, or an AP version of chemistry or environmental. There's a lot there. If your student has already been at East Jackson High School, they took physical science in 8th grade. As long as they earned credit for that, that checks that box. We still require students to take 4 sciences throughout their high school career. That comes from the board office. We want them to be better prepared should they want to move forward and go to college. There are a lot of options. A lot of them come from Pathways and Empower, or like the food, nutrition, and wellness that we have here. If you are concerned about what your student is taking science-wise, as long as they have met those 3, so biology, physical science or physics, and then environmental, chemistry, or earth systems, and then another one, then they are good to go. But please reach out to your counselor, your student's counselor, if you have any questions. Social studies. So every student is going to take some type of government, whether it be government, AP Gov, or Intro to Government and Public Administration, which is a pathway over at Empower, which has an embedded American government credit. Their sophomore year, they'll take World or AP World. Their junior year, they'll take U.S. History, AP U.S., or dual enrollment U.S. History. And then their senior year, they will take Personal Finance and Econ, Government and Public Administration, which has the embedded credit. So you have to finish that pathway to get the Econ embedded credit. AP Econ, or some kind of dual enrollment. We're hoping for next year, there's not currently a dual enrollment option for economics because they changed the curriculum. We're hoping in the future they fix that. But if your student is a junior, they next year, as of now, will not be able to take dual enrollment to meet the high school requirement. So if they do dual enrollment econ, they will also have to do personal finance and economics here to meet the Georgia high school requirements. Okay, so every student will take health and personal fitness, or JROTC. We have previously had a waiver that counted any gym class as that personal fitness class. That ended with this year's ninth graders. So this year's ninth graders and this year's eighth graders will all have to take personal fitness and health, and that is a class taught together for a full semester long. They do 9 weeks of health and 9 weeks of personal fitness. Or your student can take 3 units of JROTC over at Empower. There are a special type of electives needed for graduation, and those are your CTE, Fine Arts, and Foreign Language. The easiest way to explain that is that any class other than gym counts for that. So dance will count. Drama, any type of pathway, like the teaching pathway, the healthcare pathway, the business pathway, they all count, just not gym classes. And you have to have at least 3 of those. So it can be like Spanish 1 and 2 and 3, or it can be a whole mix of things. Like you could take AV, Audiovisual Tech 1, Intro to Healthcare Science, and Spanish 1. As long as you have 3, that is all that is required for the state of Georgia. Your student is not required to take foreign language in the state of Georgia to graduate. But if they are planning to go to a 2-year or 4-year college, basically anything other than a tech school, they will have to have 2 units of a foreign language, and they have to be sequential. So it can't be like Spanish 1 and French 1. It has to be Spanish 1, Spanish 2, or Spanish 2 and Spanish 3, or Spanish for native speakers. It just has to be sequential, and you have to have that rigor piece to it, which is anything above the first level. So you are only required to have 23 credits to graduate from East Jackson High School. If you are a student with us for the entire 4 years of high school, you will take 32 classes. So there are plenty of options to take other classes. So if you're in a sport and you take weight training for the full year, you will still have time to meet all of these requirements. The counseling staff, of course, I'm Miss Kimberly Burnshead in the middle. This is all of our contact info. I serve students with the last name H-O. We have Mr. Gennaro, which serves students with the last names A to G, and Ms. Chason, who serves students with the last name P to Z. If you have any more questions about your student and what graduation route they're taking, please just reach out to us. We're happy to talk to you. Schedule a meeting, talk on the phone, whatever works for you, email. Just let us know. Have a good rest of your day.